Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the start of season 2. I am here with Atok, and we are casting the week 1 game between Flying Sausages and your humble league champs. Atok, welcome. Uh,
Thank you very much, Dobson. Let's hope these first games are gonna be very entertaining and everyone has fun.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Season 2, we've got a couple of small changes here. The first very large change is that we've redrafted teams. We have 6 teams for Season 2 with larger rosters for each team to prevent the number of subs. In fact, no subs are allowed for Season 2. And we've also changed some balance updates that we implement as a community. 2 of those things being hero honor bands. So Galilea and Beatrix are off the honor band list. Gearbox has updated their kits and they are no longer honor band. The honor bands now are Boulder and Kelvin, sorry. And while all legendary gear is still banned, the Shard of Solace is an allowed piece of gear because it is fairly balanced and is just a shard gem. So, with that being said, we will jump right into the first match here. So, for all of our matches, they're not a best of 3. They are 3 separate matches on 3 different modes: capture, incursion, and meltdown in that order. And they will earn points towards the league championship in each of those separate modes. So each team can focus on what modes that they synergize well on and can do well on, and the overall league championship is based on average performance across each of those 3 modes. So each team will play each other twice. The team captains determine using a map strike mechanism to figure out what maps they're going to play on, and we're going to jump right into the captain's draft here for capture on Outback.
Yeah, and if someone has any question about why not face off, well, the game was just not popular enough for everyone to, wanna accept and play. And Supercharge is just too new that we just didn't have time to question and ask who will want it and for what. So those 2 game modes are not available right now.
Yeah, and Supercharged is tough because it's a 3v3 mode, and the teams have 7 players each. So I think it's challenging to have captains decide, who's our best 3 players. So what we've talked about and what will very likely happen later in this summer is doing an actual tournament, just an open tournament where groups of 3 can register for the tournament, and we'll have a supercharged tournament that we'll cast and do a full bracket for, just like a 1-day thing. But I think we want to get a handle on the meta and figure out, how that game mode even works. I think people are still in the space of figuring that out. So, your humble league champs have first pick in capture here, and we're waiting to see what Dr. Ho-Ho, the team captain for your humble league champs, is going to select as their first ban. Many, many, many thanks to Gearbox for fixing the spectator's view of the draft. We can now keep track of the picks and bans and not have to use those horrific overlays. Although there may be some people that miss them.
I'll miss the overlays.
I'll miss
I'm
them,
one of
but
them.
it was really challenging to have a conversation while keeping track of who the picks and bans are.
Indeed, indeed. All right, so we're starting to see a Wrath and Thornbrand. These
Okay.
characters being right now like on the top tier because Wrath has that really safe initiation at distance, and Thorn is a really good damage dealer.
Absolutely. Yeah, Thorn has huge burst potential, and with the way you level in this mode, Atticus band, very, very smart. Atticus, since the summer update, is incredibly strong. And as I was just about to
Well,
say, with this mode where you level so quickly, Atticus just gets really strong really fast. Oh, first pick, Eldragon. Dr. Ho-Ho wasting no time getting his pony.
all right. So talking about Atticus, or as the community calls it, Atticus, definitely his buff to the health he got it made a difference. Also, the pounce buff helped a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. And so Zillow, captain of Flying Sausages now, we're looking to see what they pick up first. So they've got 2 picks now. And, you know, we didn't talk about this, but the Pendlesban is fairly common. He's really strong in this mode as someone who can run around securing points while the rest of the team worries about fighting. Oscar Mike is pretty good at that role with the speed boost he gets out of Cloak and his ability to zone for himself with his ult.
Not only that, just as Ho-Ho secured his pony, Oscar Mike is Silo's pony.
That's a fair point. That's true. I did forget about that. Zillow showed us last season how strong Oscar Mike can be. People had sort of been sleeping on him for a while after the AoE nerf that happened in the winter update. But Zillow proved there's ways to build him and use him where he can put out tons of damage.
Indeed. Indeed. So, it's I know that Pendles is kind of strong, but I don't know. I will still feel he didn't deserve the ban. But anyway, strategies are strategies.
Yeah.
So
Phoebe, a nice tank and DPS character that you want to prioritize. Ooh, Benedict gets through. Wow.
just to make sure to secure make sure to our audience that El Dragon was fixed, right? He had like a small problem there with the scaling on his damage. That was fixed, right?
Yeah, I might need chat to confirm. If Beta's in chat, Beta probably knows better than most people. But yes, there was a bug. I believe Randy said that they had fixed it, but I'm not 100% sure.
All right, but so far that's what I heard, and that's why El Dragon was not voted by the community to be honor banned. So,
and I think
that's
part of
not
that
our
was
fault.
being that there is counterplay to El Dragon, right? Like a lot, like some of the criteria for characters being honor banned involves them being completely overpowered to the point that there just isn't good counterplay. So the 2 characters who are honor banned, Boulder and Kelvin. So Boulder, once he hits level 5, can safely 1v5 the other team. They can blow all their stuns on him, and he still can get out and survive that. And it's just ridiculous. And on top of that, his axe toss and the bleed on top of it is absurd. So, there's not a lot of counterplay to that. Like a whole team can blow all their cooldowns on Boulder, and he'll just walk away. For Kelvin, he has such a long time that he's allowed to use his sublimate and stun the entire enemy team and get out. It's just such a safe and absurd initiation. On top of that, there's a bug since the summer update with Kelvin where sometimes hitting someone with sublimate can do over 1,000 damage, which is just completely broken. So until their kits are addressed, we as the community have decided that they can stay out of these games to keep them fair and not have it be the Boulder and Kevin show. And Dwarf, that is not an exaggeration. Ask Cade what he can do with Boulder when he gets to level 5. All right, so back to the draft. Really interesting team comp.
I'm sorry. I was
Were you
I was
muted?
muted. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it happens, but I was talking about bug interactions. Your humble champions has selected Shane, and now Shane's still a really legit frontliner, but her fetch is still kind of bugged. Now it doesn't disappear when colliding with another projectiles, but still kind of bugged that sometimes it's just, even when it sounds that connects and grabs someone, it just doesn't.
Yeah, there is some weird hitbox detection on that. So looking at chat really quickly, Zombie is describing the time that Cade literally did 1v5 an entire team in Meltdown from start to finish. And yeah, Boulder entirely does not belong right now in these competitive games where we're trying to balance them as best we can. And despite the ever-present lobbying for Boulder buffs from Dwarf, I hope that Boulder does not ever see another buff, ever.
And it's fixes and some nerfs.
Yeah. So back to the draft. Sorry. The team comps look actually quite similar. What is interesting, though, is I suppose Melka is going to be the person flying around and grabbing points because you really want Benedict around for damage. While for the other team, you have Caldi and Oscar Mike that can be securing points. Dandy as
Oh
well with high
yeah.
mobility.
Oh yeah, this is capture. Sorry, I forgot. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's why the pendles. But yeah, all right, never mind. I thought
yeah.
I got confused. I got confused. But yeah, definitely mobility. You need mobility and some sustain there and some meat.
Yeah,
People who can stay and fight. So
yeah.
yeah, definitely both teams are really balanced on that. And one team there's Melka and El Dragon also is kind of mobile, same for Shane. And there's Calderis and Oscar Mike on the other team. Also, Phoebe can be very mobile. So let's see how this goes.
All right, so I'm going to go through the lineup. In capture matches, it's very challenging to look at people's gear and stay on top of the team fights, so we'll just look at the lineup. So we've got Hooded Skeleton on the Shane and Oryx. We've got Regenesis on Melka, Sarcastaball on the Kid Ultra, Ahova on Benedict, and Dr. Hoho on El Dragon, his pony. We've got the Communator on Deandy, Anubis on Oscar Mike, I Am Robot on Umbra, Terra Jewel on Caldarius, and Zillow on Phoebe. So we are going to go into third-person view to keep track of these fights here. So, one thing that we've seen a lot of, and this is why I'm going to B now, the team that splits in between 2 points and doesn't focus one tends to take an early lead because they already have control of the point when the first team fight breaks out. We see Ho-Ho already. Oh, he thought better of going to A by himself.
Yep, and remember.
Oh, Anubis over here fighting Ahova. Oscar Mike cloak. Oh, he finds the blind rocket there.
First blood
Gets the kill.
Mm-hmm.
And there's already a fight over at B.
There's gonna be a lot of fights, just like I mentioned in first season. The strategy is you need to have at least 2 points captured.
Absolutely.
And yeah. Definitely we see an advantage here by your humble champions.
Yeah, your Humble League champs are definitely fragging out a bit here.
That kind of name is gonna give always positive
They
vibes.
might earn themselves a few taunts throughout the season.
Maybe, but I will say that just because of that name, they are starting the games with good vibes. The game that name just gives good vibes. So.
Okay, 2 in on Hooded Skeleton here, and the Shane and Oryx has to leave. Point cap
All right.
for the Flying Sausages. Flying Sausages is out to a nice lead here.
Yeah, having an advantage by almost 50 points, 60 points, yeah. 50 points, definitely.
Yep, so
remember,
Humble League champs recapping B. Wow.
But still, you have to be careful because Humble League champions are getting to level 5, 6. Meanwhile, Flying Sausages are staying a little bit back with 3 and some 4s.
There are ults online. Oh, here comes a Benedict ult. Oh!
Here comes some hurt.
Need a better view.
Smashdown onto Dr. Ho-Ho. Just zones.
Yeah, they came in that
oh
way
no!
early.
Oh no! Caldarius is no longer.
Not enough.
Oh, the clothesline.
That's
He just cycled through his skills, and Caldarius is not going to survive that from an Eldragon.
Yeah, looking at Hova. Player Hova seems to, I don't know, had like a few difficulties there to get on the ledge. I wonder if he might having a little bit problems with the latency or something, but so far seems fine.
Yeah, if there's any complaints, we can change the server. Hova and a few others are. This is a split. Each team has a mix of EU and NA players, so.
Now we're transforming body action.
I am East Coast, so I try to host so that we get a server that. Oh, that combo between Shane and Oryx and Eldragon just deletes the Umbra, and Com uses the mobility of Dandy to get away.
And this gives your humble champions, league champions, the advantage with
Yep,
points.
they are
by a
up
few
now.
points. Oh, look, it's just
The phase gate to get out, but still.
Look at the points. It's
Yep.
the same right now. Now it's the tie is broken, but it was practically the same. The game is so close right now.
Yeah, very close game.
And this, I'm gonna just mention that practically we didn't see a meta for capture until we, forced it to play, kind of forced it. So I'm sure that if we manage to do a small league or tournament or something competitive with supercharged, we're gonna start seeing a meta. Players are gonna start making a meta. So
Yeah, if it's not in pub games, it's hard to take it seriously. And from what I've heard, that game can be very snowbally. So it might be that we don't see it in comp play until it gets a little more balanced, or until we find a way, till people find a way to come back and figure out what the meta is.
Head.
yeah, indeed. Anyway, right now there's a big fight in middle B.
Yeah, missed ult there from Caldarius. Heal from, very nice heal from hit Ultra there to keep Benedict alive. And it looks like they're chasing down Phoebe. Nope. She's gonna phase gate safely away.
Meanwhile,
here
Dragon is in
Eldragon.
1v1.
Eldragon
Yeah, it's
is
1v1 with
all
Umbra.
Umbra zoning with the staff slam. Oh, he got held back from he was slowed by the accelerator. Took out the accelerator, still went in and got the kill.
Repulsor jets.
Yeah, Umbra had to run. The kind of returning and going back 1v1 Dragon was not a good choice. Let me see.
Oh, there's a fight over on C. Oh, and Zillow goes down to the ult from Melka and damage from Benedict, and that's just. It is 15-0, unless there's a bug, Atok. The kills are 15-0 in favor of your Humble League champs, and make that 60. Yikes. I don't think there's a bug.
Someone needs a sidekick.
Is there a bug?
No, for me it's 700 and 400, so the points.
I'm
but
looking at
kills,
the kills.
Kills might be a bug, or I don't know. It's just
Terrajewel.
18-0.
Caldi goes down.
Do you think? Yeah, I didn't see 19-0.
Yeah, I'm just trying
now.
I'm trying to remember a time when someone from the blue team died. And,
That's the thing. I don't remember, so this might be legit.
Got you now.
oh, inside of the Phoebe ult, Dragon with the huge DR tanks the ult and confirms the kill. Yeah, and this one, it looks like it's going to go the way of your Humble League champs. They've got control of all 3 points. Oscar Mike here trying to cap A, zoning with his ult and an Umbra Sunspot. Ooh.
Oh.
I love this part. We've
That
reached the
is
end.
so much damage. Deandy's just going to go down. That ult basically stunned her in position, and
It's just a really huge
Yeah.
level advantage. Everyone on your Humble League champions is level 10,
yeah.
while Flying Slashes had level 6 and 7s max. Anyway, match is done.
Yeah, and unfortunately at that team fight at the end, the flying sausages sort of trickled in there and gave up 1 kill at a time. They had some slow rotations getting in, and it was probably over at that point anyways. Alright, so our next match is going to be Incursion on Monuments, and we are going to get right into that. So we'll take a quick look at some of the damage numbers here. No surprise here, Eldragon cranking out enormous damage, Benedict right behind him. Very, very strong performance by those two players.
Looking at the stats, it was not bug. Actually, there was only the Andy at the end managed to get 1 kill. So,
Wow.
Andy! Alright, so we're preparing for next game. Let
Yep.
me change to the spectators. There we go. Back up. Okay, what's going on? Okay, seems like we have a small difficulty. All right, there's just a change of
Oh, okay.
loadout. That's legit. It's
That's
allowed.
fine. Just quickly, so we can get through this, because uh, staring at the lobby screen is not the most entertaining thing in the world for the folks viewing at home.
What are you talking about? This is a game.
This is Lobbyborn, right? Just staring at this lobby screen for dozens upon dozens of minutes between matches.
Everyone loves this game. Anyway, um, let's see how much they gonna take. They are trying to change gear, maybe make a
Okay, we're all set. You
strategy.
can change to spectator.
All right. There we go. We are on the spectator and slot.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't change gear once you've gone into this lobby screen here where you change teams. So, all right. So we are going to monuments, and for monuments, flying sausages will have first pick. So let's see what Zillow bans going into the incursion game.
And I'm sure that we should keep the what is the word? Oh my, I had the word and I lost it. But the tradition, yeah, let's keep the tradition. Practically just mentioned that in this league, there's honor bans, and that means that the whole community agreed that these characters cannot be used because their kids are either too good or too bloated, or they have some interactions that are glitch and making them so good or very effective. These characters being Boulder and Kelvin. Kelvin because his subliminal ability makes less too long that he can stand for 2 seconds all the other team. Only that, sometimes the subliminate makes at more than 1,000 damage. Boulder is just too good at everything once he hits
Too
level
good at
5.
everything.
Yeah. When he hits level 5 and
Oh no.
Oh.
Looks like someone DC'd.
Or I didn't see a DC. I just see that didn't manage to connect. All right, we'll try again. Yeah, there was. I saw everyone. I don't know, might be a server related problem. Anyway, just mentioned also we ban all legendary gear. Mostly it's a community consensus decision about that, since we know that some legendary gear are just too effective, too game changing. There are other legendary gears that are just interactions are kind of glitch. So to prevent any situation and to check every legendary gear, whatever, we just, as a consensus, the whole community decide to ban legendary gear, with the exception of Share Souls, which is practically, has some players mentioned that it's actually
It's actually
a
pretty
lesser.
balanced.
Yeah, it's balanced, and also because also it's it gives actually it's kind of less than a normal
Yeah,
zero cost charge.
Exactly. And so that's fine. Basically, all of the comp players have multiple forms of the zero cost shard gen, and even though this piece of gear is free and doesn't have a negative, it gives less shards per second than one of those zero cost shard gens. So we, as a community, we took a vote and decided that that would be the one piece of legendary gear that we can all agree is completely balanced.
Mm-hmm. So, oh no, you
No,
first.
go ahead.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say, so here we go again. The draft is starting. Let's see what is
So
gonna
we
be.
got in, and we're waiting to see Zillow's ban here. We only got a couple seconds here before they have to make a pick. Okay, Thorn ban. That's a solid ban on Incursion. I'm sure we'll see a Galt ban here. Galt has been very high priority bans in this. There it is. Speak of the devil. Galt is very strong right now with the since the summer update, the tanks have gotten quite a buff. Montana and Atticus have seen a rise in the meta, and Galt is a very strong counter for heroes like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you he's a really good damage dealer at close range. And what other characters that are being popular right now? Characters with close range.
Yeah. All right, so let's see who the Flying Sausages decide to ban second.
I'm sorry, just the name makes me crackle. Flying sausages. Either you take it literally and imagine sausages flying, or just think something, I don't know, more crazy. Anyway, flying sausages. I don't know why the game, but there we go. All right, Wrath. Safe initiation
Yeah.
is out.
A Miko
And
ban.
Miko ban. Well,
Interesting.
you have
well,
to
Miko's really
understand
strong now.
Well, it's always been. The thing is, before Alani had more of a, how to say, her burst heal was so much that it was almost nothing else was needed. Since Alani was toned down, now there's some needs for consistent healing. So Alani has problems with that right now. And Ambra Kid Ultra has to stay behind and one zone for everyone to heal. So definitely Miko popularity went up. And,
Oh my god,
we see the big
boys! Atticus and Montana, first and second pick for your Humble League champs. Tank meta is real, boys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's a nice tank counter in Whiskey Foxtrot with his bleed and his high DPS.
His wound, you mean?
Sorry, his wound. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, his wound, which is very good for anti-tank.
Yeah, remember community wound here practically denies 60% healing, right?
Something like that. I forget the exact.
Yeah, I think it's 60%. Practically, so if someone is healing, just math, 100 points, someone receives a healing of 100 points, they just receive 40 instead of the whole thing. So that's a wound is always a big thing in some compositions. So I don't know, my work might not, I mean, it's gonna deny them definitely that in the front line, but since the main healer Miko is banned, I wonder what other what are they gonna decide to go for? Alani?
Well, so now if you look at Flying Sausages comp, right? So now they've got a pull ability with Shane and Oryx, high DPS with Whiskey, and Ernest Slow Egg. Do you think he might go the defensive Slow Egg and they might play more of a camp and get pick style here?
There's a big chance that it might, because Atticus, he goes in and starts punching stuff. Having the Slow Egg is gonna definitely keep him at bay.
Yeah. Ooh, some high damage from Benedict.
Yeah.
Benedict's
There's
gonna
be
hunting
some really
birds
high
on the other
burst.
side of the map.
But that's the thing. Right now, your Humble League champions have two really big pieces of meat. I mean, these are the most tankiest characters on the game. Oh my! I mean, the what I can think of is maybe their next two picks are gonna be either range or wave clear, since these two big pieces of monsters are gonna be in the front, just counting the tension. You cannot ignore these two big boys in the front.
Yeah. No, they're going to be a real problem. And, I mean, Montana's DPS from close range is probably the highest in the game. If not the highest. I think he actually has the highest DPS. He just has really poor mid to long range accuracy. D'Andy is quite interesting. Maybe they're going to use D'Andy to flank and try to burst people and get picks. It's what's really interesting is last season, before the summer update, the priority on healers for Incursion and Meltdown was extraordinarily high. It was very rare to see Alani slipped past the first or second pick. But now, we're getting into the 4th and 5th rounds here, and we're finally seeing a healer pick in Umbra. Really interesting.
It's just like I'm telling you, Alani just received a tone down.
Oh no, both her
some
and
players
Kid
are
Ultra
excited.
got nerfs, right? They got their DPS is significantly reduced, and Alani's burst heal, as you mentioned before, is way lower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but in the healing, Kid Ultra is still the same. Unless you go healing power, he heals actually kind of more. Same for Alani. The thing is, before I've been hearing the players just say, not complain, just mention that practically Alani was killed by these changes. And I know I'm not an Alani player, but I'm sure that's because they were used to playing her as a damage dealer, so their Lotus had attack speed, damage, and maybe some movement speed. But if you now play her as a healer with a lot of healing power and stuff, that helps her, that she can still heal pretty good.
Yeah, I think the argument now. And a Beatrix pick, another one. So this is our first time seeing Beatrix in a Battleborn competitive league game. Honor banned last season due to how easy it was to get her silence off at range, but another one who will be able to help to counter the tanks with her ability to silence a single target. And with Montana and Atticus, those are some big boys to target with that range silence.
Indeed.
But
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think Kid Ultra does what Alani does better. I mean, doesn't have the hard CC. Alani still has the hard CC, which I'm surprised no one was prioritizing here. But I think Flying Sausages had to scramble with their draft to counter the big boys pick.
I don't know. I'm starting to just think about the strategies they might be using, and I will say the Andy will definitely be trying to always go for the Beatrix.
Yeah,
It's just the
she's going to go for
target.
squishies and try to get picks.
Mm-hmm. And definitely she's like the squishiest. Not even the earnest bird, is that squishy. So,
Yeah,
all right,
so-
this is Moneyman's.
So Kid Ultra does get a stun at level 9, but Alani gets it at level 1. So, all right, so we've got Zillow on the Burb and we've got Calm on Shane Norix, I Am Robot on Umbra, Anubis on Beatrix, Terra Jewel on Whiskey Foxtrot, Dr. Ho-Ho on Big Daddy Atticus, Ahova on Andy, Hooded Skeleton on Montana, Red Genesis on Benedict, and Sarcastiball on Kid Ultra. So let's take a quick look at loadouts here. So we've got a Shard Gen, reload speed, attack damage, and attack speed on the Burb. We've got the good Kevlar and some max health, attack speed, and attack damage gear on Shane and Oryx. We've got attack speed.
Atticus approaches.
Okay, this is an interesting Umbra loadout, but we'll see how that goes. A very expensive loadout for Beatrix here. Triple purples with some high total DPS build for Anubis on Beatrix. Interesting. We've got the free Shard of Souls on Whiskey with some DPS on top of that. And
while you're
back out
talking,
here
the big
to look
boys
at this
jump
fight
on the
here.
front line of the
Oh
stage,
my
shake
god, the
their
big... Oh, and Cobb barely escapes! Oh, and he
his
goes
first
down
blood.
with the
Yes.
bleed!
Just Shane is tanky, but she's
She's
not.
not that
and-
tanky.
Yeah, no, she definitely cannot go against two big hunks of meat. Big boys, Atticus and Montana.
Big boys.
Criminals.
All right, so get an early pick on Shane and Oryx there, and early advantage for First Blood. This game does not give an XP bonus for getting First Blood, but it is a tiebreaker in Incursion after a bunch of other damage stats. So let's continue to look at the loadouts here. So let's take a look at what Dr. Ho-Ho is building here on Atticus. A bunch of health gear, skill damage, attack speed. Oh, Ho-Ho in. Oh, wow. Uses his leap to escape. And they're very low. Deandi low, too.
Yeah, but there's no enough damage to go for it. Meanwhile, Atticus is being forced to teleport back and heal. Same for maybe the Andy.
Yeah, Kid Ultra, until he hits level 2, has a hard time team healing. Alright, so let's take a look at what Hooded Skeleton on the Montana here is building. He's got a very cheap loadout with some health regen. We take a look at the Benedict here. Benedict's got a shard gen, 2 health items, attack damage and skill damage. Very nice loadout for Benedict. And for Kid Ultra, we've got the Shard of Solace, and a bunch of heal power and attack damage, and some health regen. So, fairly expensive loadout for your healer, which I think is kind of interesting. Both Umbra and,
no, just to mention on Montana, it's just that some people have been saying like why he got the reload item when, you know, he doesn't reload, and it's practically because his machine gun, you know, hits, and last
good point.
Last update. Yeah, no, you can go.
No. That was a good point. I did skip right past that. So keep going.
Yeah, so his machine gun hits, and last patch made it so practically his machine gun like hits faster, and the reload, while he doesn't reload, it does make his hit slower, hit accumulation of the weapon slower. So that's definitely gonna help him to stay more in the front line shooting, and not like shoot a little bit and then wait for his weapon machine gun to, you know, cool down. That's fine. And
so
yeah,
Dr. Ho-Ho, as Atticus went back and got the base thrall, and so now the thrall's coming in, and Ho-Ho's waiting to flank in with the base thrall here. He's gonna come in on our screen right just with the base thrall. Timing it.
And there he goes.
And he's in.
He's blocking.
Oh, and the big boys are bouncing him all around!
Boy!
Oh, boy!
Oh!
Shane with the pull, and it's just to peel, and that is a big push. We got the Shepherd coming in on sentry. Ho-Ho backs out to heal, and that is a textbook initiation.
What a combo. So Atticus leaps in, blocks with his big body, you know, big boy. He blocks everyone. Then Montana goes in and knocks a knockup.
He got a 4-man knockup on that.
Yeah. Do you notice that not only that, also the knockup from the thrall health? Yeah.
That was really,
devastating.
really nice timing by your Humble League champs. Really well done. Great teamwork, great execution. And because of that play, the sentry is down to 30% health.
And just making a small mention here, this is why I kind of like more, you know, Battleborn as a game, because it's a MOBA hybrid. And just like
the pole got ruined by the wall there.
Yeah. So like any MOBA organization like that just really can make a big difference in the game. Anyway, so yeah, we're seeing now the big boys are just keeping their distance.
Okay. I thought Deandy was going to initiate on someone there. But... Deandy does go in on the whiskey and confirms the kill, but Deandy in a bit of trouble here. She might not get out. Nope, and she does pay for that. That was... But meanwhile, Montana DPSing in on the Sentry. Sentry's down to very low health. Kid Ultra putting in damage. Sentry very low.
Sentry might go down. It's
Sentry
in the middle.
Down.
Yeah, there it is. All right. This was a very fast first entry.
Yes. Benedict gets the Hawkeye on to Beatrix. Beatrix she backs up and gets some peel, just with Shane blocking with her body.
Indeed, and just
Oh, Kittle! Oh no, they're in again! Shane pulls, but Atticus is too strong. Oh, the slow egg does slow him down significantly there, and they're unable to confirm any kills on that initiation.
And yeah, definitely. I'm telling you, they're still very tanky. When you see the big boys in low health, they actually have still a lot of health, almost.
Yeah, I mean that's still several hundred health, right?
Yeah, definitely. More than the full health of the Benedict or the
That's
Kid
for
Ultra,
sure, yeah.
definitely.
Ooh, barely missed that pull on the Benedict there.
So yes, I will mention that definitely right now your Humble League champions are.
There's the leaping onto the wave.
Yeah, it's a wave
That's
clear.
just
Him is the
wave
XP.
clear, yeah.
Him is the XP. Remember, Atticus is still.
Knock up on
he's
two.
a late. He just leveled up to level 4, so.
There's a base
but
throw
yeah.
coming in. That's where the second knockups come from. So, not the same synergy on the initiation with the base throw this time, but still, base throw all the way into the sentry. Sentry shield taking damage. Beatrix low. Hawkeye onto. Oh, Umbra is in a lot of trouble here. Umbra goes down. Montana
Indeed,
flanking. Montana playing the role of the flanker behind the sentry here.
He was actually looking for the Shane. Shane was really weak, but
Okay, I missed that part.
yeah,
Oh, doubles coming in now. Oh, this is big trouble.
this might be game. It's just right now, your Humble League champions are definitely. You see the organization. The
Oh
organization.
yeah, look at they're
that-
coming in as 5 here. Sarcastaball in behind them. Knock up onto 3. Oh, good God, the
They are
damage.
on the whiskey. They're on the whiskey. They're on the chicken. They're on
And then the sentry shield is down. Sentry taking damage.
Oh wow.
You know, while
Nah,
Hobo's in the
this-
back line. The oh no, Com's in trouble here. The whole time, Kid Ultra and Montana are cranking in damage on the sentry while Ho-Ho and Ahova are on the back line dealing damage. Hawkeye onto Whiskey. Whiskey gets out safely. Sentry shield still down. Sentry still taking damage.
I mean, I
Ho-Ho
know
in onto the Beatrix. Beatrix down. Ho-Ho.
He doesn't care.
No, he just stays in.
He still has.
Oh, and he
gonna
finally
down.
goes down.
But he
His
did
team
his
was late
job.
following up.
He did his job. What is his job? Just go in and say, hey, I'm a big boy, or shoot at me, shoot at me. Ignore everyone else that is shooting your sentry. That's his job.
Yeah, Dagram, I think, you know, they made some interesting picks to try to counter the tank meta. I think it just didn't work out as they hoped. The initiation from your Humble League champs was really well coordinated.
Only that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, not only that. I mean, I know the whiskey pick was definitely a good one. He brings really
Absolutely.
good DPS and all that. Now, Beatrix, I wouldn't say so. Not because she was nerfed and she is not honor banned, but because
My help is needed.
her job is, you know, keep everyone with the wound. And
Right.
the thing is, the other team, your Humble League champions took, you know, a character which for the healing they just have to stay in the back, not receiving any shot. So that's why Beatrix's role in this game, I will say, is kind of redundant, not needed. It definitely they needed another character,
They
someone
probably
that
needed
could
more
bring
damage,
more
is what you're
damage.
saying.
Yeah, someone who could bring more damage.
Oh,
Definitely,
I
will
missed the
think
initiation
of,
by Ho-Ho. I'm sorry, everyone, but he does go down
Maybe
without
I'm
getting a kill in the back line. So, you know,
yeah.
the base thrall is in. You know, maybe Flying Sausages is figuring out how to play around these tanks.
Yeah, maybe I'm telling you what they needed more damage or something else, something to disrupt their synergy. Maybe a Marquis for the damage and the slow, maybe Calderis for the blind, maybe that's what I'm saying. Just they needed something else. Definitely, Beatrix was not a good choice here.
Yeah. So the bans were Thorn and Galt were banned. Forgetting what the Miko was also banned
Miko?
by Zilla's
Yeah.
team.
And Wrath. Don't forget Wrath.
That's right. Yeah, those are the 4 bans. Thorn and Miko were banned by Flying Sausages. Wrath and Galt were banned. I mean, you have to ban Galt if you're planning on going tank. Oh, Dr. Ho in on Kong.
Oh,
Kong
there we
getting bounced
go.
all around like a pinball. Kong goes down. Shane and Oryx off the map. Now they're turning around with the ult
that's
is out
a-
onto Umbra. Umbra down.
Rescue!
Can someone mapping these?
Oh, this
We don't need a map on
I thought that bird was fried there.
Oh, meanwhile, Benedict goes down by Beatrix.
Oh,
and,
wow. And Beatrix gets a kill onto. Oh no,
so
sorry.
double
Double kill for Beatrix. Kill onto Montana and Benedict. So we did talk about that in the beginning that Anubis was building full DPS on Beatrix, and it looks like he's got one piece of gear up. Really expensive piece of gear to be running on someone that needs to be in lane all the time.
Just now.
You really can't have your Beatrix running out to collect shards.
Well, of course, and only that. I mean, have they had any time to collect shards? No, they're being assaulted by the big boy strategy.
Yeah, no, the triple purple loadout's tough to run on someone that needs to be in lane all the time. Even if they're broken purples, that's pretty expensive. I think one or two of this was broken, if I remember correctly.
Also, right now the Flying Sausages has a really good level. Everyone has their level 5s, one level 6. Meanwhile, in Your Humble League Champions, there's one level 4. So,
yeah, they're very so that's a good point. I mean, despite where the sentries are at, this is incursion, and you know, if they have a nice team fight, your humble Flying Sausages, can turn this around and quickly take a sentry and even things back up again.
Still,
I don't know. So do you know if these mid thralls were taken, or are those just aggroed from damage?
Now's a good time for some
they look like taken.
Oh, Dr. Ho-Ho in. Oh, Atticus. Oh!
Allow me.
Dandy ult. Oh, the combos.
Still.
Oh.
We see the combo working, and the chicken gets away with really some help. Oh, he
wow.
went for a chicken. He's going for it.
Oh, he kills the
got
chicken.
it.
Shane Orc's very low.
Downhill from here, brother.
Yeah, this might be game.
I think so, with double thralls coming in and nearly... Oh, Ho-Ho leaping in all over Whiskey Foxtrot. Uh-oh, Ho-Ho very low, wounded, and has sticky nades. He goes down to the sticky nades.
To the rescue!
But it doesn't matter. The sentry's dead.
Yeah. Big boy meta.
Indeed. So... yeah, I'm not saying Beatrix is bad. Actually, she's pretty good now. That she was toned down, but I will say against this team composition, they needed more damage.
Yes.
And yeah, the KU pick was definitely what killed the Beatrix pick. I will say. Anyway, this was a very entertaining game, seeing that organization play out.
Yeah. No, I mean that play at the beginning where Ho-Ho went and got the base thrall and then waited outside of vision on the stairs for the base thrall to come around the corner and dove in conjunction with the base thrall and the Montana dash. That was good. All right. So, no need to look at tiebreakers in this game, but Whiskey did put out a ton of damage that game. He did just fine. I think they just needed more. The 50k damage here from the Beatrix is just not enough to counter the big boys.
It's just like I said, Beatrix is not a bad character now, but they needed more damage output.
Yeah.
Or zoning or something to disrupt the jump ins of Atticus and Montana. That's why I said maybe a Marquis. Marquis deals good damage at range, and he has the slow zoning. Maybe Caldaris, they jump in, Caldaris throws flashes. There you go.
Yeah, and the peel with the blind could be helpful as well with Caldi, right? Like, just to be able to get away.
Indeed, and or even Alani, the bubble or whatever. I mean, there were other choices in which.
And not that they're a great counter, but there is a lot of damage in Arendi, who didn't get picked last game either.
Yeah, the thing is, with this big boy strategy.
No, I don't think she
coming
does
in,
great. Like
Arandi's-
because she doesn't have a lot of self peel, and they took
yeah, the
Let's
thing with
Bounce
her
away
is,
from her.
yeah, and only that. I mean, she's really squishy right now.
I think, yeah, I mean she's always been pretty squishy. All right, so
Yeah,
we are going to Cold Snap for our final match of the day between Flying Sausages and your Humble League champs.
All right. So, like we were mentioning, practically we have to remember everyone, that some honor bands are in place in two characters, this being Boulder and Kelvin, because they either are too good, too effective, or they have some weird interactions that might break, the game, kind of. In this case, Kelvin having his 2-second 1,000 damage subliminate, and Boulder just hitting level 5 and managing to do everything. So, I'll yeah, the one man work crew practically, and we also, as a community, decided to ban all legendary gears since we know some legendary gear is just too good, too effective, that breaks the game, and other legendary gear might bring some weird interactions. So to prevent any situation like that, we just decided as a community in a big consensus to ban all legendary gear.
Boulder
So
is
we are
banned
going to
because you touch yourself at night, dwarf.
oh, come on. Anyway, this is the third game on this match of your humble champions, league champions, and Flying Sausages. Cold Snap Meltdown. All right. Seems like yes, there's two people who didn't manage to connect.
Okay, so we'll try that one again.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, Hooded. Hooded with the memes. And we are just waiting for Anubis to move over to Team 2.
Hmm. All right, let's see if everyone can make it to the server this time. Has there been any complaints from any players about the latency or something? No?
No, not that I know of, but again, this is the first game of Season 2, and we try to put the host on someone who's not in-game so that the latency is more fair for everybody. And it gives us the ability to be more flexible about what server we use. All right, so it looks like we made it this time. The servers are cooperating, and we're looking to see what team your Humble League Champs ban, a Wrath ban. Again, Wrath is going to be banned in almost every game now. His CC is incredibly safe, and he is a good counter for the big boys.
All right, yeah.
Now there you go. There's a big boy band. They don't want to see Atticus again for the rest of their lives.
Atticus punches feel so heavy that even go through the screen.
So, you think we'll see a Galt ban here or a Thorn ban? Those two have been fairly high priority. Yeah, Ice. The order for all league games is Capture, Incursion, Meltdown. So we are on the Meltdown game, which is the third and final game of the series between Flying Sausages and your humble league champs. So Montana ban here, and yes, Galt is generally banned on Meltdown. Especially in the laning phase, Galt is really strong at being able to pull from the back line and getting a pick on a healer or a high priority target that allows you to steamroll into the team fight stage. Yeah, that's a good description of what happened in that capture match, Zombie. It was close for quite a while, and then, El Dragon ban. That's a smart ban. So first pick Thorn there for your humble league champs. We'll probably see a Galt pick here, but I think what happened in that capture match is, you know, your humble league champs were sort of fragging out a bit, and that allowed them to get ahead quite a bit in levels. I mean, at some point they were like 9-0, which is going to create a huge disadvantage in terms of XP and levels. Yes, there will be another match a few hours after this at 5 p.m. Eastern. There will be a match between Return of the Leg and Best Burbs. All right, so a first pick Caldarius, not a pick that I would make. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Atok, but yeah, that happened.
Well, that's what happens when they got so scared of the big boys. They left through the skinny elf, the skinny angry elf. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot better picks than Caldarius to make first. Is my point. Okay, Benedict is an alright pick, but I'm very certain that we're gonna see a Gant pick here. Yeah, a Hova pinging for it. The Ho pinging for it. We're like Hooded pinging for it. We are likely to see Galt Alani come out here for your Humble League champs. Yeah, Royd, I'm not arguing that Caldi's good. I'm just my thinking is that I just don't think he has that kind of priority. Shane. Are they going Shane Galt? That's kind of scary.
I don't know. So far, I mean, let's see. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, they already secured some. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
That's really scary. To be quite honest, if you're Benedict and Caldarius, that's terrifying. And yeah, Ice, that's been a point of constant discussion. We saw it happen a couple times in the last match where Shane's pull is just not functioning as it's supposed to right now. But maybe in an open map like Cold Snap, it's not so bad. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see how Flying Sausages respond. They've got two. Okay, Umbra. All right. Interesting pick. Oh, it's Mr. Dark Coffee. All right. They really don't have much of a front line. I mean, Phoebe's available. These picks are really interesting. Yeah, they need Phoebe to be some semblance of a front line because, oh boy, the
Oh
hook 'em and book
man.
'em combo is online and whiskey on top of it. That is, whew. Yeah, I agree, Roy. They need CC in a major way. I mean, the D'Andy ult's a nice stun, but D'Andy's got to get to level 5 to get there. Oh god, if they all go with skins like this, it's going to be a very confusing game. I think they're changing.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. But definitely, your humble league champions they do have a really good potential synergy combo there.
Absolutely. The ability to chain CC on your humble league champs is kind of frightening.
Very.
Yeah, first pick Caldi, and then sort of. I'm not gonna say that I can predict the future, but I don't have a lot of confidence in this draft. Alright, so let's go to the lineups. We've got Sarcastable on Alani, Hooded Skeleton on Shane and Oryx, Dr. Ho-Ho on Galt, Regenesis on Thorn, and Ahoba on Whiskey. We've got Robit on Umbra, Anubis on Caldarius, Terrajewel on Benedict, Calm on Deonde, and Zillow on Phoebe. So let's take a quick look at gear before we get to lanes. So we've got a max health gear, attack speed, and heal power on Alani. We've got the econ build and cooldown on the Shane and Oryx. We've got some attack speed, attack damage, and the good vest on Galt. We've got shard gen and max health, attack damage, and skill damage on Thorn. We've got a full DPS build and some health on Whiskey. We've got cooldown, shield, and shield recharge on the Umbra. We've got a econ build and skill damage, attack speed on the Caldarius. Benedict with vest, sprint shield, and shard. I'm gonna back out here to see this fight. Yeah, unfortunately, the Revlo bot that tracked rewards and allowed us to do gambling, the Revlo bot itself, ooh, just missed the hook there, has been disabled.
Victory will be mine.
Rip.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a quick look at what Combinator is building here on the D'Andy. So some tanky gear and some skill damage. Com's got to get out of the lane there, getting pushed in. And then we'll look at Zillow on the Phoebe. Phoebe running full econ and shield strength with shard gem. So lots of shards coming out from Phoebe. Phoebe diving in and having to get right out. So in the short lane, we've got Whiskey. Oh, they've got 4 in this lane right now. Oh. The Shane and Oryx rotating back over to help the Thorn. But it's
Tango down.
Galt, Alani, and Whiskey against what looks like an Umbra and Benedict. That's a tough lane for the Umbra and Benedict. Over on this side, we've got a Shane and Oryx and Thorn against a Caldarius, Phoebe, and D'Andy.
I'm actually liking you see in the left, well, it disappeared now, but in the left upper corner, there's an announcement. I suppose it's for us, the spectators. It says when falls are going to spawn or shards are going to spawn. Well, it did pass. You say, but it did mention shards are going to appear soon.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see that last season. So it seems
Yeah,
like a
so
good
first
improvement.
blood goes for Zillow with a kill onto Regenesis. Oh, nice pull onto Phoebe. Phoebe phase gates safely away. Nice phase gate using the geometry to safely get out.
Never had a chance.
Yep.
And
Meanwhile, in the other lane, they are trying to get there's a fight with the elite bots and
and
Andy gets-
Com gets the frag out
Yeah.
onto the Shane and Oryx, and there are elite bots just having an 8th grade makeout party right in front of the grinder there. And so far
Kinda
so
sad.
good for Flying Sausages. They're up to a small lead here, 4 minutes into the game.
Galt goes down. That's Ho-Ho.
Wow. Not a melee character for Ho-Ho, and a little bit out of his comfort zone apparently.
Oh, but I was only.
Now, I know I'm talking kind of early, but just gonna want to mention that this is, remember everyone that in League there's no it's not one winner, it's multiple winners. That's why we play multiple game modes. It's not about if your team doesn't like capture, it's fine. You only have to play it, but you don't have to win all the capture game modes. That's why points are collected separately. And so far right now, definitely Flying Sausages having the advantage. They might be their focus might be on Meltdown.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's the best part
no,
about
we're-
not doing a best of 3 is we get to see all 3 modes, and we get to see who's. Oh, and Zillow goes down. Got a sticky bomb, and Ahova's able to convert with the Whiskey Foxtrot there.
other than that,
and Umbra goes
kinda
down as well.
sad
The
seeing
bubble
that,
and the damage, just too much.
Other than that, I'm kind of sad seeing that pretty much the economy meta is the only like good meta on Meltdown. I want to see something different about it, but anyway, we still
Elite
see.
bots are just so strong, and now that they are quote unquote correctly scaling in damage, they're even stronger than they were before.
Yeah. Anyway, we're seeing the fights there
Caldarius
too.
with an interesting move there. Tries to initiate and miss. Phoebe tries to initiate, and Thorn just backs away. And Regenesis is forced to back up, but... Oh! Hawkeye onto Ahova. Ahova barely gets out. Oh, and he does go down eventually. Terrajewel confirming the kill with the Benedict onto the Whiskey Foxtrot. Sarcastaball very low here. Benedict and Phoebe
Benedict is
all over
blocking
him.
that bursting. Oh, Michael, this low. Phoebe's so deep.
They're both so deep. They're back. Oh
They're
my
going
god!
for that
That
piece,
Alani
that
runs
piece,
for her
no,
life and
get away.
survives. Is Thorn going to be able to punish here? No, Phoebe gets away.
Phoebe's still chasing the. Oh, now she's getting out because she's getting overwhelmed. Meanwhile, on
the other lane, I haven't been watching too much on this lane. We maybe having some lag issues there.
But still, that
Caldarius.
didn't give him a problem to burst down that Caldarius there. So he might be playing a little bit well. No, I don't know. But yeah, definitely right now, the most of the action is on the other side of the map. What is called the valley? No, cliffs. This is cliffs, right? Yeah, cliffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, players call it cliffs. So just look at the mayhem.
Oh my god. And still, continuing to widen their lead is Flying Sausages.
Just also mentioning that we see Phoebe rotating, helping to stop the lead bot. I thought she was gonna go for Galt, but
Well, that's smart. Playing the objective and not going for kills. And so, instead of the 50-point score there, it's only 10 or 30
But if
point
you
score.
get the kill, then you can, do the objective without obstruction. So. Do you see? That's the other part I like about this game. It's just decision making.
Yeah.
You have to take the right decisions at the right moments.
And Whiskey goes down
be
to the
victorious.
Caldarius.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
getting pushed back
Actually,
here.
now, this is early game, and
Oh, Thorn
definitely,
in this. Oh, and she is in big
Oh.
trouble.
So
Umbra
this is the early game.
Absolutely.
Flying Sausages are
Still-
having the advantage right now by a few points,
Enemy
but
forces.
No, there's
the
a long
longer
way
the
to
game
go.
goes, the longer the game goes, the game might turn around very quickly.
And once the
Oh.
the grinders are moved, that makes a big difference. When the lanes are longer, it makes a big difference in rotation and the way teams work together. Oh, Thorn with the
Double
double kill! I heard her scream
Just-
from across the map.
yeah,
I was
just
unfortunately
press
not
R
focused
and
there,
there you
but
go.
that was definitely Thorn dropping an ult on two people's faces and confirming the double kill.
Double kill.
You're done.
That was just a press R, and they were all come together. So
Yep. Thorn's level 5. Don't be near your friends.
Red light.
and actually with that,
Oh, very
your
low on
Humble
this
League
side.
champions are
Both
getting the
both
advantage.
Alani and Galt getting forced back by a 4-man rotation into the valleys.
As you can see now, your Humble League champions are getting the advantage on points. Oh wow!
Oh, that
By
turned
almost
around
40.
quite quickly. Ahoba getting forced out of lane as the Whiskey. Big wave coming in here on the valley side. Oh! Alani goes down.
Oh, Lani goes down. Now they're changing their focus on
Ho
goal.
Ho in a lot of trouble here. Oh, Ho goes down.
Now they're going for the Whiskey. Whiskey's kind of low. They're chasing. He might go down. He might not. He's getting.
He makes
Oh,
it.
he got
Yeah,
away.
barely got away.
Kill me written all over you.
Now they're proxying this wave before their wave comes and meets it.
Best on that guy's tombstone. Ain't crappy fun.
Meanwhile, on the other lane, there Thorn is just free farming.
That's a scary thing. You don't want Thorn. I mean, Thorn's already level 7. That's you really don't want her getting ahead in levels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Thorn at level 7 means she's got the extra jump height, and she just becomes an even bigger problem to kill.
Yeah. She now starts, jumping like a Mexican jelly bean.
A foe is near. What now?
But so far,
Oh, bubble in for Umbra. Umbra in a lot of trouble. Umbra goes down to the Whiskey.
Sojourn to the now.
Alani ult down in front of the grinder.
it's just I would say that definitely the snowball.
Oh God!
The snowball
Thought you
strategy
ready
made
for
by
this?
Flying Sausages did not work
Regenesis
very well.
getting hit with the Dandy ult, but Regenesis is too tanky. Heal from
Gets
Alani
healed.
and gets away.
Yeah.
Just a Dandy ult on its own is probably not enough to kill a full health Thorn.
Only that she does have a lot of health. Yeah, very tanky.
Yeah,
Two
building.
purples.
Yeah, I think
two
Reggie's
purples that
got
have,
2
health.
health items up for Thorn.
Yeah.
Yep, 2 health items, both of them online. I mean, an extra 400 health on a caster with the damage like Thorn.
Yeah, and Umbra might go down.
Oh, goes
yeah, she's
down. Yep, to the
It
volley.
will go no further.
So definitely right
Meanwhile,
now
the
your
other
Humble
lane,
League champions.
Everyone in here on. Oh, the Benedict ult kills the Alani there.
Lani. Oh, yeah, they paid the price.
Ooh, overstayed his welcome there, trying to clear out the buildables.
Benny might be next. He's low. Well. All right, he got the escape one, level 1. Huh.
The pushback.
Yeah.
Yeah, the slow is just too short. It doesn't really help him.
Oh no. No. I don't mean the pushback. I mean the lift off backwards. That's what
Oh,
saved him
I
there.
see.
Yeah, that's what saved him.
Interesting.
Yeah, he just.
Oh, Benedict still in a lot of trouble
lift
though.
off-
Galt rotating
Yeah.
in, Whiskey there. Ooh, just misses the hook.
That was close. Now I had to mention that, like I did say before, definitely your Humble League champions now having the advantage by almost 100 points.
Ooh, did
And,
not get there in
Phoebe
time to
goes
see
down.
that one.
Yeah. It's just level 8 Thorn. It's just.
Yeah. Thorn got her levels. she, as you pointed out, she was able to free farm over here in cliffs, and she's just way ahead. She's now able to roam around and be just an absolute monster. I mean, she jumps into 3, jumps out, and no one puts a single tick of damage on her. Down to half health. Oh my God, Benedict just takes.
It's just how?
Oh,
Tell me,
from-
how can you damage her? It's like shooting a toothpick in the air.
Yep.
A toothpick that is jumping is really hard with the,
So that ult from D'Andy, I'm not really sure if they had what the communication was there, because there was no follow-up, and killing a full health Galt. Oh!
Whiskey almost going down by the rocket.
The Benedict ult, just not enough damage.
Enemy in the open.
I mean, even with tanks, Thorn is just ridiculous damage, and her mobility can usually keep her away from most tanks and their CC initiations.
I will say Thorn is a character that needs some tone down, but I'm not gonna give any.
You don't want her to be nerfed into the ground,
maybe.
but she does do a
Yeah.
little bit more damage than the other casters.
Yep.
You.
Oh!
Think a clone trooper lived this long by playing fair?
You have been chosen.
I will say, I don't know. You believe that maybe Thorn should get her health reduced? Maybe?
I don't think that's her problem. It's
I mean, it's either nerf her damage or nerf her presence, and right now,
because her health is already pretty low. Half the problem is that health gear is incredibly strong right now, so you can build like Regenesis has here with the combo. She has 400 extra health. That's so much health. And combine that with her mobility, even if she doesn't do a lot of damage, she's still going to be really strong.
yeah, alright.
Like, look at Caldarius.
You got
Caldarius certainly has a place in the meta, and he doesn't do nearly the damage as Thorn.
And yeah, indeed.
Tango down.
Anyway, we're seeing definitely now your Humble League champions with a huge advantage in
Yeah,
points.
it's about a 100-point advantage for your Humble League champs.
You know, can we just, I don't know, say it differently? It's just saying, I know that's the team name, but saying it like that is like we're rooting for that team.
YHLC.
Yeah, I will just start
it's
calling
kind of
it
a mouthful,
YMCA.
right? It's tough to say. Oh, Ho-Ho going down here to Zillow.
Oh, rocket hits! The rocket hits Whiskey. Whiskey says, "Watch out, Mr. President!" And
Get
he
down,
hits
Mr.
Obama.
And Zillow goes down to the Shane and Oryx. Ho still in lane with a tick of health.
The bell for dinner.
Wow.
Get down, Mr. President.
Obama gets away.
Oh, the ult from Thorn just misses the Caldarius. Caldarius gets
Anyway.
behind that magical barrier that prevents all damage.
Yeah, now, like I'm telling you, we're late game. We're seeing how now we're seeing the tables turn. I mean, just look at Whiskey. Look how far deep Whiskey is. He's proxy clearing.
Oh wow, yeah. I was looking at the other lane. Whiskey is basically in their base on the cliffside.
He gets away because the turrets were killing him. That's all.
You got something stuck on you. Proud of you. They'll figure it out.
Double barrel
alright.
badass.
Meanwhile, on the other lane where the action is. I only see action against Spout. Zambra goes 1v3. Okay. This might not...
Hook onto Umbra. Oh, but Galt had to reload. Okay, able to confirm with the massive amount of damage between Whiskey Thorn and
Maybe
Galt.
there was a miscommunication there because, I mean, she jumped 1v3.
No, she got pulled by...
No.
Yeah,
She
but
jumped
she was in
1v3
lane.
and then
Yeah,
she
yeah.
got pulled.
Yeah, that's fair. She probably thought she could just staff slam and get away.
It's just,
heard
it
Thorn
looked
ult.
like, it did look like her team was gonna come in and back her up, but no. That's what I'm saying.
Phoebe
Maybe
in
there was
onto... Oh no, Phoebe's in 1
Four.
on 4 here.
1-4.
Well, there was a... Oh, no. Calderia's stunned. Calderia's no longer for this world.
Yeah, it seems like the pressure is starting to affect the flying sausages.
Yeah, they had a nice early game, but, you know... and really, they did surprise me with how well they played an early game. But again, the Meltdown is sort of a game of multiple phases, and you know, the early game phase does not say a lot about what's going to happen mid to late game. And with the team comp that your Humble League champs drafted, they would have to throw pretty hard not to come away with this victory, in my opinion.
Not only that, they definitely left Thorn the early game alone farming lane, and that's why she got that really huge advantage on levels.
Yeah, not helpful for flying sausages to have a hyper level Thorn. Thorn level 10 right now, the highest character
You've
level
made
8
your last
on
mistake.
flying sausages. Just really
The highest
challenging
level
to deal with that.
Highest level is level 8 also on flying sausages.
have
That
been
being only
chosen.
Benny.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I thought you mentioned Ho-Ho in there.
Oh, no, I meant that Benedict was the highest on flying sausages.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
Galt,
little
on danger.
little
He's
fight
getting
here. Galt in a lot of trouble. Oh, Galt goes down,
he's
but
down.
Allow me.
oh, and
Now
D&D
there's
ult
a
onto
oh!
multiple. Is there going to be
Both of
follow-up?
them. This is the end. We see. Ah, there's no more follow-up. That's sad.
You know,
that's disappointing.
that's you know, Calderius doesn't have a whole lot of damage. He was trying very hard with the. I think he was just a little late switching to his right click there, where he does have a pretty good DPS, spamming his melees. Oh no! Oh, Umbra, what were you doing up there? Umbra, no! Oh, Umbra.
Yeah. Oh wow. The second time I see Umbra practically, you know.
Umbra, yeah, out of position.
Partner.
As a healer, even though she does have some broken interactions with her sprint speed and sprint speed gear, just really. not a
Alani
great
goes
placement.
down. Too deep.
Ooh. Oof. Oh, and a taunt. Savage.
Wow. Anyway, this is end of regulation. That means we reached the half game, and now the super late bots are going to come out. What do you think? It's a 3.0 version. So
I don't know. I
there's a
imagine we might go a
chance.
couple rounds before they get it in, unless they can win a team fight really big. Flying Sausages just has to play safe. Oh, Benedict goes down very quickly. That's a big problem. That's a lot of damage off the map for Flying Sausages.
Yeah.
This might go in on the first round if they... Oh, no.
They're jumping on Galt.
Galt, very low. Galt goes down.
But in exchange for
Caldi
Umbra,
goes down.
Caldi.
Is Whiskey going down as well? Whiskey getting healed. Alright, so...
Now get out of there, Phoebe. Those bots smelled melees.
Phoebe in a lot of trouble. Phoebe goes down. Alright, so this looks like it's going in. I doubt Deanne's going to be able to deal with this by herself. And they scored in the other lane. I wasn't even looking there. Good game by both teams. Got an introduction to the summer update meta, which is clearly all about them big boys. Atok and I... Go ahead, Atok.
Yes. No, you first. It's just I just discovered that one of my bonuses had some kind of sensibility. That's why I discovered that I was kind of mute, so I don't know how much time I was muted, and I was talking by myself. All right.
So we are gonna take a break. There is another series of games in about an hour and a half at 5 o'clock Eastern, and we look forward to seeing you all then. As always, Atok, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you for inviting me again. See you.